We're going to check in with Glenn McGregor in Ottawa. Now, Glenn, one question for you. When it comes to interprovincial barriers, this has been spoken about for many, many years. Prime ministers, premiers have been trying to do this. Mark Carney is promising to do it by July 1, which would be quite a feat. And a lot of the things that he's saying, like, he is aiming high. Question is, can he deliver?
Well, he's doing that with a big asterisk, Cynthia, because he's saying he's going to get the federal component of it passed. That's the easy part of knocking down interprovincial trade barriers. There is a sort of a federal role in this. The trade agreements between provinces are all kind of codified in a federal piece of legislation. But the real work of this is going to be getting each of the deals between every province and territory. We've already seen Ontario Premier Doug Ford being very active on this file earlier this week, announcing it was actually on Sunday in Saskatoon in advance of the First Minister's meeting. He had a press conference with Scott Moe from Saskatchewan announcing an agreement, a memo of understanding between the two provinces to eliminate any barriers between them. Ford has also done similar deals with Alberta, with Prince Edward Island. I think it's the only two provinces left for Ontario to make that deal with are British Columbia and Quebec. And you'll see other provinces doing the same things, trying to sort out the arranged deals. I think there's something like 76 separate deals interprovincially or interterritorially that would have to be signed to do that. But the other part of this piece of legislation, and this is probably the more controversial part, is this plan by Carney to fast-track what he calls nation-building projects. These are things like pipelines from west to east, or the infrastructure required to really capitalize on the Ring of Fire in northern Ontario to extract all those critical minerals, connecting up a lot of the communities involved by roads that don't currently exist. This is also a big project. He sees a way of doing this all in kind of one step. The thing that has blocked some of these projects in the past is the approvals process being done by different jurisdictions. So you'll have the federal government doing its approval process, looking at the environmental considerations, the provinces each doing their own, and also having to consult with Indigenous groups across the country to make sure, and that they are required to do that under the Constitution, to make sure they have consent to do this. So Carney is envisioning, and this is the bill is going to set up this to do this, one single office with one minister, and he said it's going to be the Interprovincial Affairs Minister, Dominic LeBlanc, who Carney just said because of his roguish good looks, kind of a little joke there about LeBlanc, but it's a big job he's going to be taking on.
So many moving pieces around the world and here in Canada. Let's not forget China. But on that note, Glenn McGregor in Ottawa, thank you so very much for your analysis.
Thanks, Cynthia.